President Bola Tinubu met privately with former Kano State Governor Rabiu on Monday at the president's official residence in Abuja. The meeting, which followed Kwankwaso's attendance at the Nigeria Forest Economy Summit, marked their first known encounter since June 2023, shortly after Tinubu's inauguration. While the meeting's details remained undisclosed, it comes amid rising opposition activity ahead of the 2027 elections. Kwankwaso, a key northern political figure and 2023 NNPP presidential candidate, is being courted by opposition leaders forming a coalition to challenge APC's dominance. Despite not being part of the newly announced ADC-led alliance, Kwankwaso's influence, especially in Kano, makes him a central figure in any potential opposition strategy. The presidency has yet to comment on the substance of the conversation. Honorable, what do you make of this? I mean, this is the known visit, but there was an earlier visit, that, was kept tightly closed, and, on the heels of that visit came Ganduje's resignation as the APC national chairman. Now, this is now made open. But then Kwankwaso, after that meeting, just said that they had discussions around politics and governance. Of course, that is to be expected. But now, seeing that Kwankwaso is embattled in NNPP, and considering the weight Kwankwaso has, within his state that has the largest votes, that is Kano State. How do you see this panning out? And there have been rumors of Kwankwaso being possible running mate. I don't know, but then what do you think of this possible alliance?
No, well, the point is that anyone who has Kwankwaso, honestly, looking at his influence in Kano, has someone. And it's not surprising that those in the opposition and also those in the proposition, when you are talking in terms of the ruling party, are interested in his, if you like, nuisance value. But there are issues that of great interest, not just politics, that anyone should look at when you are talking about Kano. Kano has two emirs, the Sanusis and the so that's in itself, if you're not careful handle, can blow up in anyone's face. So, and a politician, top-flight politician like Kwankwaso want a resolution of such issues in such a manner that Kano remains peaceful. So, now, there's also something about Kwankwaso who believes that he's competent to be president of Nigeria. And so he cannot afford. You remember the last election when he said he was not going to step down anywhere for anyone, and that was a veiled reference to Atiku at the time, and I think that he's comfortable winning Kano. Kano is his base. So whether he becomes president or does not become president is immaterial to him, as long as he controls Kano. And I think that's what they achieved with the NNPP, as a political party. Now, but of course, what you have seen, as we say in politics, that interests are the center of everything. There are no permanent friends, no permanent enemies. So, Kwankwaso, Tinubu just proves that point.
But to a large extent, one would say, so far, can we say that the president in Nigeria so far, can you call them politicians? One would say to a large extent, this is the first time a core politician is becoming the president of Nigeria. And that, to a large extent, we can see it in the alignment and counter-alignment that has been playing out before his 2 years to the presidential election proper. And one would also say, Kwankwaso refusing to step down for Atiku. I mean, that was the northern political allies, having a go at themselves. But Kwankwaso being closer to the corridors of power, even as a vice president, brings him into the presidency, makes him part of the presidency, and brings him closer to his ambition. Don't you think that, negotiating to be the vice president to a large extent will help his ambition moving forward, considering that after this coming 4 years,
he
it's
can
now
become
the
president.
time of the North.
Yes. And now, but we need to look at those trends very closely.
You're right.
The Northwest apparently is compared to the North Central, North is the most influential of states in the North.
Yeah.
And to a large extent, they've been the ones too who gained onto power. So, you see, I'm worried that the calculation, particularly if the Northwest is going to be in a state of flux as a result of political interest, now that Tinubu would let go of the Northeast, because that's what it means. If he's underrating Shetima, he's doing so at his own peril. Because you can see too that the Northeast is positioned.
And North Central has already settled. They just want to be the party national chairman. That's what they are just pushing for, to be the party national chairman. So we can say, let's take North Central out of the gambit and settle them as party national. I don't know how that is going
because
to
the
play
whole
out
thing is in a state of flux. And I can tell you the dynamics of the disagreement among Northwest leaders would water down whatever vote is coming from the Northwest.
Okay.
So it means that if I were a strategist for Tinubu, I'll be looking at maintaining what we have in the Northeast,
Which
and
is
then,
with Shetima.
and then going into North Central and hoping to do your best, because you see, two factors are playing the North Central.
Okay.
The issue of now what you see as a land grab by the Fulanese, and what you see as a attack on the people for religious reasons, you know. And I believe that if you look at the movement right from the time Abiola won an election for the first time, when the Southern won an election, are not done so without the North Central. You know, so the North Central will be more comfortable looking at what the interplay of events right now to have a Southern president that they can lean on, you know, because 8 years of Buhari and left them in tatters. And if Tinubu did not win and Atiku won and the trend continued, maybe in another 8 years they wipe out the North Central. You know.
So to a large extent, you feel that the president will be better off maintaining status quo with Shetima,
I think it's in his best interest,
and probably negotiate something else with Kwankwaso.
And those Northwest leaders.
Northwest leaders already.
They have already had more of the buy when it comes to positions in Nigeria. Look at it now. The last president from Danson, the one who died in office from Danson.
Probably so that's why they are just agitating to be party national chairman. Probably that is why their focus so far has been give us the national chairman of the party. That has been their agitation. So you're saying that going against Shetima or dropping Shetima might be detrimental.
I think it might be.
Might be detrimental. So
I want to be proved wrong.
Okay, so you would rather the president still maintain status quo with Shetima and then find other...
Not just with Shetima, but with the Northeast.
With the North.
Because you see, one thing about the Northeast is that regardless of what you have considered insecurity, have you also noticed that the trend of insecurity has not stopped voting in the Northeast?
Yes.
Meaning that there's a political will in the Northeast
among the people.
Yes, to do certain things the way they wanted. You know, and each time you've tried to say Tinubu for second turn and you have not mentioned the thing, it's not been well taken in the Northeast. And it's not something you...
I mean, it didn't end well. They had to, you know, really carry out Ganduje and some others out of this. They had a rally and
you know the funny thing about
they refused to.
You know the funny thing about the Shetima man. He's so quiet, but you can see that he's dangerously quiet, and it's not a good thing to look at. You know, I believe that that would be up to those who are strategizing for the president.
Right.
But I think that to leave an area where he can be sure of the ball votes, and we go into territories where there could be
and Kwankwaso can only
deliver Kano.
Deliver Kano, but then Kano has the largest votes in the entire country. Kano State is a state with the largest votes.
Nobody's going
to. Kano is also pivotal.
No, if you see, there are states in this country that you must win and then be on your way. And Kano is one of them.
Yes.
Rivers is one of them.
Of course.
There are such states, Lagos, just name them. Those states are critical to a presidential win for any political party. You know, but the thing is, I'm just worried. The president has good friends in the Northwest and very antagonistic enemies, political foes in the Northwest. And when you have a plus-minus situation, it's almost very close to zero.
Probably the hope would be that his friends in the Northwest, as against his enemies, his friends are probably more influential and can command more votes. That's what I'm saying. I hope his friendship with the people, with some political elites in the Northwest, is quite strategic.
You know,
because that would be the issue.
Well, it's a cup of tea. Yeah. Only the reason we sometimes want to be very direct. I'm one of those who feel that if the Tinubu administration is unable to get Nigeria out of the woods, the economic woods, then we have a problem in Nigeria, very big one.
You're right.